Lee, your release date is this month, the 22, on your Electric Universe shit. Homie went to 14. Lee, October 2010, you stupid fuck. That's when this began. I beat your boys by 12 fucking years, Lee. I've been talking about it nonstop, and that's whole goddamn conversation we've been having about the clockwise rotation on the planet, you fucktard. Their study clearly began, and it was produced April 2nd, 2022, Lee. I beat them by a long shot. They're watching me for their information. It's evident. I fucking made this discovery in October 2010. You fucktard. Jesus Christ, Lee. You're pathetic, man. You're fucking pathetic, dude. Lee, your boys can come out and say it's perihelion 5 years after it began. But they can't fucking track it back to 2009 because it didn't happen in 2009, Lee. It began in October of 2010, and it began when a fucking blue sun grabbed us and tilted us on our side. Your boys been following me around, getting information off of me, and it's very evident. They just released that this week, dude. We've been talking about this for fucking months, idiot. All you're doing is proving that these fucking Electric Universe motherfuckers are stealing my work and giving it out wrong. Probably paid just like you, Lee. Listen to Lee. He's going to tell you why you got to lay on your back to look at the moon. When no seafaring person ever laid on their back on the deck of a ship to get the bearing of a moon. He acts like you have no neck. Listen to this. People don't lay on their back.
Yeah, that gives you a proper perspective of the moon then, rather than looking at it sideways, and then looking at it straight, and then looking at it sideways.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Lee, you're an idiot. Every space agency on the planet and Popular Mechanics magazine say the Earth's axis shifted. The Earth's axis dictates what the moon does. Therefore, it's not normal. You fucking idiot. Period.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
I've been talking about it. Why don't you come on over and participate instead of sitting out here?
Because you've just been proven to be a nunchuck by Donald Scott.
Donald Scott is plagiarizing my work, boy.
No, that's not true.
You're talking about it right now. Matter of fact, Lee, I'll be blowing glass all day. Why don't you come preach to us?
No, we're over here laughing about the fact that you thought you discovered something that nobody else had. You see, that's what I do on my channel. God gives me something that nobody else had ever seen. That's what my 500 plus videos.
Lee, the funny thing is, you've been sitting here poo-pooing everything I've been saying, and your boy's over here stealing my work. That's what's funny to me. You're an idiot, dude.
Hawkins died in 1979, and a fellow named Don Scott later picked up where he left off. Take note that, like Jurgens, Scott is an electrical engineer, and although he is a good one, as we continue, try to remember that electrical engineers are not astrophysicists and are not presumed to understand astrophysics. That's why his book, The Electric Sky, describing the sun as an electronic transistor, is an impossible bunch of gibberish, another arrogant projection of expertise onto an area where it does not fit or belong.
It is a bunch of gibberish. It's a fucking induction furnace, is what a sun is. It's not a transistor. Dave's right. The guy's a fucking quack.
along with colleagues like David Talbot, push a hoax so mystical in its delivery that it is currently featured on Gaia.com alongside pseudo-documentaries about ancient aliens, quantum healing, and all sorts of other frivolous nonsense exclusively for suggestible simpletons to watch while high. Thunderbolts is a transparent cash grab in the way of videos with action movie soundtracks and expensive to attend conferences.
Kind of like Ben Davidson and Lee.
Now, given that
Kind of like Ben Davidson and Lee.
primarily with backgrounds in engineering or some aspect of technology, only one of them was an actual plasma physicist named Lowell Morgan. Rather interested in his take on Sapphire, I have been in personal contact with him by email. He has a lot to say about the project and about Montgomery Childs, and he's given me permission to share all of it publicly. Now, I want you to be able to read all of it, as it's quite enlightening, so I'm going to display all of the text, though I will only specifically highlight and discuss key points. Let's take a look. Okay, right off the bat, Dr. Morgan understands that Electric Universe is hogwash to the nth degree. It reeks of snake oil and is peddled by snake oil salesmen, most notably Thornhill himself, who, as it turns out, is not actually a physicist. And here we see the nature of Dr. Morgan's employment, which began in 2013, during the initial design phase. Now we get to the meat of it. It is clear that Dr. Morgan was the only one capable of comprehending and explaining what was being done, and we also see quite clearly that the only paper published by Sapphire was about standard laboratory plasma and had nothing to do with the electric sun model whatsoever. Again, a pretty harsh appraisal of their abilities, and the descent into pseudoscience is outlined clearly, which is what prompted Dr. Morgan to quit in order to avoid professional embarrassment. And again, more evidence that the whole thing is just a dog and pony show for Thunderbolts, either by self-funding through secretive channels or scamming investors. And wrapping up with some words of caution to any potential investors from here on out. To reiterate, Lowell Morgan is the only plasma physicist that has ever worked on the Sapphire project. But be sure to understand that it doesn't require much knowledge of science to see through these things. You just have to take the time and learn from credible sources, not self-proclaimed revolutionary.
And that's why on my channel, I send you out to do your homework, so you can look at credible sources instead of listening to me or fucking Lee or anybody. Because the information I've found written on these walls needs to be known, not believed in. It's factual. You have a magnet in your chest. Oh my God. Lee, your boys follow me around and get my information and twist it to fit their narrative. It's been discussed, talked about for a long time, and you've been over here poo-pooing everything I've been saying. Now you're telling me this guy's fucking beat me to it. You know what? He just released his goddamn shit, and Dave here laid it down who your boy is pretty well. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Tile Layer, this senator's investigator is investigating on something he's actually qualified to fucking talk about. You know, that would be me, because I've been trained in electronics and electricity and magnet, and that's what I know. You know Tile, dude. Stick to it.